Hi guys, I'm so excited to be going over this week's new releases with you. We have the travel collection today. This is foiled in silver. This is quite an enormous collection because I tried to encompass a lot of places and a lot of situations. So we have some stuff in here that's for plane travel, some stuff for road trips, and some more generic stuff that you can kind of pick out what you need depending on what kind of travel you're doing. And we have a million washies as I have sneaked on Instagram. So first let's go over the underlays as always, starting off with the large underlays. This is the most full cover pattern. So if you typically use a lot of boxes and labels in your day by day, this would be the underlay choice if you want to see some of the design sticking out from behind those boxes and labels. So here's the full or the large, and then we have the medium, which is the more sparse version of that. Some confetti dots on there, and then for the two fun ones we have planes, which is the first fun one. This is basically a bunch of planes on their little flight paths, and then we have the road map kind of one, which is great for a road trip. Also ignore any black spots or imperfections that you see. Those will not be on the final versions. But yeah, my laminator decided that it did not like silver for this particular foiling session. So you may see more of those imperfections than usual. Next, we have the confetti full box overlays, starting with the full pattern. So this has stuff on all four corners and all four sides. And then we have the medium, which is just the four corners. And then medium also comes in 3 corners and 2 corners, and I tried to put pretty much all of the designs in the confetti so that no matter what type of travel you're doing, you can still use these. And then we have the small, which let's do a little comparison of the small versus medium. It is slightly smaller. And as usual, we have 4 corners, 3 corners, and 2 corners for the small. And then we have the tall box overlays, which we have the 2 most common sizes of tall box. This is for glam planner tall boxes, and this is for pretty much everything else. And then we have 2 flag overlays as well. Then we have the big box overlays. This one is the confetti. And then we have the border one, which we have the globe down here, and then we have the little plane with the heart flight path. Super cute. And then we have our double box scene. So at the top we have the 2 confetti double box scene overlays. And the bottom one is just some more planes and flight paths. Super cute. I really love that design. And then we have the full box overlays. This is the plane one. So we have some luggage, the plane, more plane flight paths. Oops. And then we have 2 people at the airport with their luggage. And then we have the road trip version. So we have the little road trip car with the luggage on top. We have the little suitcase there. We have a little world map in the corner, and then we have the road, which I super love this design. Little road border. It's super fun. Then we have our quote boxes. So we have the 2 with confetti around them and 2 that don't have the confetti, depending on how much of the clip art you want to cover up, or if you have a patterned full box. I love using the confetti ones over those. So this one says, "To travel is to live." We have "Live, love, travel." "See the world" with a really pretty camera. And then "Work hard, travel harder." And then we have the floating quotes, or the quote sampler. I just realized that was cut off on that side, but I think, yeah, it looks like everything was cut off slightly to the left, but just on the sheet. Interesting. Yeah, everything else for these cut lines is fine. Anyway, we have Vacation Squad, the little cruise ship. "Enjoy your journey." Paris is always a good idea, which if we're going to Paris, there you go. "Traveling is my therapy." "World Traveler," and then "I love to travel with another ship." So there's some ship stuff too in there. And then for our custom quotes, we have one with the planes and their flight paths. We have another plane one here. We have a camera one here. And then for this one, you can kind of submit what you want there as an icon. If you're going to Paris, you can just say Eiffel Tower, and I'll put an Eiffel Tower icon there for you. Or you know, like the Golden Gate Bridge or Leaning Tower of Pisa, like any other like pyramids, you know, any kind of icon from around the world to represent where you are going. You can kind of suggest something and I'll see what I can come up with for that. Thought that would be really fun to offer that to you guys. So that's the custom quotes sheet. And then we have our scripts, which I don't always do scripts, but for some collections you kind of have to. So here are the travel scripts. We have vacation day, book flight, take photos, road trip, book hotel, plan trip, and then rent car. Those are all the big ones. Then we have smaller versions of those, plus some more. So we have book tickets, book flight, book trip, book hotel, plan trip, plan dining, rent car, road trip, vacation day, travel day, catch a flight, rent car, check in, check out, take photos, a couple of those, buy souvenirs, and then the rest is just pack and unpack. And then we have the line border sampler. So this is sized for Scroll Prints Co. boxes, but some of these will fit over other kits' boxes as well. So we have the half boxes, little luggage there, third boxes, quarter boxes, and square boxes. That's a little compass right there. And then the movie marquee overlays, and then the little fancy label ones with a little suitcase. So those are the quarter sheets. And now for the smaller size sheets, we will start off with the headers. So we have our little flight path headers, which are super cute. Then we have whole reinforcers just randomly in here. We have the luggage headers, and then we have the confetti headers. So those are headers and hole reinforcers. And then we have our dividers. So we have luggage, flight path, little plain and confetti dots, and then these simple line dividers. And then they're just mirrored over here. Except for the planes, we have one like kind of facing all directions and orientation. So there's all four of those. And the sheet is available in clear glossy, which is this, and then premium matte as well. So if you are using dividers over really busy underlays, you'll want the premium matte, so you can see that like white border around these, and you can actually see the design. And then we have our travel corners. So we have the medium corners here that are all cut out, and then the small, and then the teeny tiny ones that I make just for this sheet, as well as the photo corners with a little plane and luggage. And then we have our deco number 1, which is the classic deco. We have our large, medium, small confetti, teeny tiny, and teeny tiny confetti. And then we have the plain flight path deco as well. So these are going to be fun to just sprinkle around. So we have some larger ones up here, and then smaller ones down here. So we have all sizes and orientations of these. These make great full box deco too. And then of course we have our mini swoops. Got some luggage and planes in there. We have the full size swoops that go across the whole box, plus whatever else fits on the page. And then we have our dangles. So we have our long ones, medium, and then tiny, and then the little garlands, and the little mini swoops. Okay, and now let's get into the washi. So we will start with the 32mm. The 32mm is Venice themed. So we have a kind of skyline of Venice, and then we have in our deco, of course, one that can fit over a full box, and then we have a little plane with a flight path that you can just stick anywhere in here if you want to use that as deco, and a little passport deco. And then we do have a ton more skylines, but first let's go over the ones that are more generic. So we do have our 15mm that is just the plain flight paths, and then we have luggage, and then we have a road trip themed one with a little car and our compass and map, and then the confetti, and then the 10 and 7mm if you're using a glam planner kit, which she has done a few road trip kits by now, I think. So there's your 10 and 7. All right, and now for the skylines, which I could not choose, so I basically did a million of them. So these are in alphabetical order, and I do have like a list off to the side so I can tell you like what the actual locations are. I'm gonna have to like find a way to label the photos, I think, because usually I don't, and I don't put the labels on the actual sheets, which I should start doing that. I don't know why I haven't done that at all so far, but I'll try to make it more obvious which ones they are on the listing. than I usually do. Okay, so this first one is Arabic. It's called Arabic because it's not really meant to represent a specific city. It could be just any like Arabian kind of city, like Middle East, anything like that. But I really like that one. And again, just my laminator did not like these large patches of silver, so just ignore those. It is quite possible to foil these perfectly. It just requires a lot more individual time and attention for each one, which obviously I'm not going to do that for each one of these like demo sheets, but just know that I do take care in making them perfect for orders. So that's Arabic, and then this is Budapest. I think it's Budapest, how you're supposed to say it. But yeah, that is this one. I tried to choose like kind of some more interesting ones along with ones that I knew would be places that are commonly visited. This next one is Frankfurt in Germany, which I have been to, or I went to the airport and then we took a little detour to a restaurant out in Frankfurt during a layover, I believe. And there's little planes in that one as well. So that's Frankfurt, Germany. And then we have Hamburg, Germany as well. And then we have Houston, Texas. There were a few from Texas that I could choose, but obviously I chose Houston because that's where I'm from. So whenever I go back to visit my parents in Texas, I can use this. And of course they all have the little like full box overlay sized one right there. But yeah, the Houston skyline is not super duper fun, but that's what it is. I think that's like the Alamo in there, if I recall correctly. Next we have Istanbul. Very cool. And then London, of course. We have I think that's the London Eye is the Ferris wheel, which I have been there. So we have that. I'm sure Big Ben is in there somewhere, like maybe that. I don't know. London, and then Moscow. So here's Moscow. And then New York City, of course. We have our Statue of Liberty in there. And then Paris, of course. Couldn't leave out good old Paris with the Eiffel Tower, the Arc de Triomphe. All kinds of stuff in there. And then next is Prague. So here's Prague, and then San Francisco, of course. San Francisco is pretty hilly, so I think it's funny that this does not represent how hilly the city is, but it's kind of funny. So it's like downtown, and then I think that's the Golden Gate Bridge right there. So that's SF, because I know that's a pretty popular tourist destination as well. And then we have Seattle. We're going to Seattle, Washington. And then Stockholm, Sweden, I believe. I didn't realize there was like a cruise ship there before, but interesting. And then Sydney. I had to include Sydney for my Australian customers. You have a little Sydney Opera House right there. And then lastly, Vancouver for my Canadian customers. So yeah, I think we've covered a wide range here. And then obviously, if you want Venice, that's the 32 millimeter. Super fun. And I like this one because I left the top kind of blank, so you can either put your little flight paths in there if you want to get the flight path deco too. You can just have some more fun with planes in there, or you can use garlands, because I have plenty of garland strips that you can put up there as well. So yeah, those are all of the 15 millimeter options. There is approximately 1 million to choose from because I just could not decide. All right, now let's go over the bundle. As usual, here's all the bundle disclaimers. So you can get this bundle either in the mini or the ultimate size. Mini does not have underlays. Ultimate has your choice of underlays from the ones that are available in the collection. You can get it unfoiled, or you can get it foiled in any of the 46 foil colors available in shop. There's an optional add-on page that you can get with both the mini and the ultimate sizes. You can also get this bundle as a printable with only the large underlays or with all of the underlays available in the collection for a couple dollars more. And you can also get the entire collection as a printable as well. There's a separate listing for that. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first page has the confetti full box overlays. We have 2 full corner, 2 medium 4 corner, 2 medium 2 corner, and then the confetti double box scene. Then the next 2 pages are the underlays. This is just large for example purposes. And then next we have all of the headers. We have 9 of these, 9 of these, 8 of these for a total of 26. And then we have 2 from the quote overlays sheet. And then you have the entire deco sheet. And then next we have bottom washi. So I did the flight path one here. And then there's the confetti along with your weekend banner, date dots, like tiny deco, and then some dividers. And then here's the optional add-on. We have 2 from the full box overlay sheet, 2 medium 3 corner confetti overlays, some spoops. We have the whole corners sheet, and then 1 full set of whole reinforcers as well in the add-on. So that is the bundle, and that is basically it for this collection. I'm very excited about this. I haven't seen too much travel foil out there, so I'm really pleased to be able to offer you guys like pretty much everything you could want. If you do have suggestions for more stuff, go ahead and leave those down in the comment section below, because I do love doing requests, and I really cannot wait to see your guys' travel spreads with all of this gorgeous foil. So these will be available on Friday, which I think should be tomorrow if I publish this on time. But yeah, that is it. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, and share, that would be fantastic. And I will see you in my next video. Ciao, ciao. Okay, I really almost forgot to show you guys the underlays. So let's go over that real quick. I have my little underlay sample sheet here. So we'll go ahead and show you guys what they look like laid down without the boxes over them, and then with. So you can kind of make your decision based on that. So there's the planes, and then all 4 of the roadmap ones are different. So this is just, I think, the bottom right one. So there's that. That one actually fell pretty well. Except that line. I don't know what the heck that was. My silhouette was not very happy on this day either. Okay, so that's what they look like laid down without anything. Now let's go ahead and cover them up with some boxes. You can see me just using leftovers from kits that I've used recently, which I haven't done a plan with me in like a month because I have just been busy with lots of various things. All right, so that's the large. So that's why if you cover it up a lot with boxes, then you can see some of the stuff peeking out from behind there. So that's why I really like that one. And then medium, you're gonna wanna cover it up a little bit less, so you can see more of the stuff behind it. And then for the fun ones, I always like to use square boxes or boxes that just don't go all the way across. For that reason, because you can see more of the fun pattern behind them. So we'll do that, and then I don't know, let's just put some washi there, and then let's see, I don't think I have any others that only go like halfway across. So let's just pretend that we are doing that, which is kind of fun. Like you can still see the road lines behind there. So there are the underlays all covered up. So now you guys get kind of an idea of what they look like. All right, so that is the real end of the video. Thank you so much.